We're here today to go through the steps of conducting your own spot assessment technique or SAT technique. Look, it's a really good indirect way to know whether you've got koalas on your property or not. So there's various steps involved with the SAT. It's very methodical. It was pioneered by Steve Phillips and John Callahan. It's widely used, adopted across Australia. It's a well-used and proven method, an indirect method for showing or determining whether you've got koalas on your property. So the first thing is what we do here. We're at this beautiful property here, plenty of really good koala habitat trees. It's based on, we start with our central tree, so it's choosing, again, any woody stem greater than 100 mils. So 100 mils or 10 centimeters is about that. Any woody live tree greater than that, not shrubs, not palms, not cycads, not ferns, so it's a woody tree, like this eucalypt here, or if you're, sometimes you'll be doing them, you might even get weed trees like camphor laurel. It's still included, a live woody stem over 100 mil. So what we do, we mark the center tree, which I've marked here, this forest red gum or Eucalyptus tereticornis, because what we're going to do from this center tree, it's based on then doing a search around the base of this tree for 2 minutes per tree, and you're actually searching 30 trees. Mark this center tree, then you're going to be searching this tree, then the 29 closest trees to this center point. So it's 30 trees, 2 minutes per tree, so approximately for one person, that's about an hour of searching. So we've marked our center tree. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure the diameter, which is DBH, or diameter at breast height. Breast height typically about 1500 mil above the ground. So for me at 6'2", it's about up here, typically at my chest height. We'll measure that circumference. We'll record that. We'll record what the actual species of the tree is. So for this one here, it's a forest red gum or Eucalyptus tereticornis. And then before we start the search, we'll actually look up in the canopy and just make sure there isn't a koala up actually in there. Obviously that'd be a positive record if there is, but that's so you do a quick look in the canopy. Is there a koala up there? If not, then you proceed to start doing your 2-minute search around the base. So the tools we use for doing the search around the base is, we've used our circumference measure to get the diameter. We measure out approximately 1 meter. What we want to do is our search area is 1 meter from the base of the tree out. So you effectively want to search 1 meter of the ground around the base of that tree, the full circumference of it. And you're doing that in a 2-minute period. So it's really going to vary depending on, say for example, there's been a recent fire and there's not much debris underneath. You'll find it quite easy to work through. In a site like this, which hasn't had fire for quite a while, there's quite a lot of build-up of debris. It's a bit more picking around with your rake, because what you're looking for are koala scats around the base of the tree. So if you find scats, that's recorded as a presence or a positive record for that tree. Just record that as a present. So it's just simply a presence absence. So say for example you start searching and you're only 30 seconds in and bingo, you find a koala scat, you can stop there. You've got a positive or presence record for that tree, and then you can record that and move on to the next tree. Once we've done the survey, so we've done our 30 trees, say for example we might have got scats under 10 of the trees, you can then get an activity index, which is just simply a proportion of the number of trees out of the 30 that had scats under them. Say for example, we had scats under 10, 10 over 30 is 33%. So that would be our activity record for that particular site. So once you've got the information, you've done your site, if you got koala records there, so you got presence of koalas, what you can do is actually submit that record to Bionet. And the easiest way to do that is via the I Spy Koala app. Just download it from the App Store. You go through, it's a really simple form to use, and you can record actually observations of koalas, or you can also record in terms of having heard their call or that you've detected their scat, which is obviously the object of this exercise. So that's a way to record, and you could just simply, say for example, you've done your 30 trees, you would just simply submit one record just using your center tree that you detected koala scat. And look, it's fantastic that Landcare's involved with this. It's a great initiative. It's a great way to use resources like this to spread the word to other landholders to get out there. Again, this is a really simple way to detect whether you've got koalas on your property or not. As we all know, trying to find koalas can be incredibly difficult, particularly in thick canopied, almost closed forest situations like this. So the easiest way to know whether they're there or not, as opposed to maybe hearing them bellowing during spring, is actually the presence of their scats. And this technique is a really robust, systematic way to find that and actually try and work out, have you got koalas there? Plus you can use that information. For example, some people might want to sample a whole lot of plots over their property, and maybe you can do that every year, and that way you can start seeing trends, actually patterns over time of how much koala activity you've got on your property.